So hey friends, I wanted to work on a tag today, and I'm just going to play with some leftover junk papers. I have a ton of stuff on the side here, like a whole shelving thing full of papers and that kind of thing that I want to get used by the end of the summer. I want to take them back downstairs. I want to use them all up. So I'm trying to come up with projects to do that with. So what I'm going to do today is I got some sprays here, and I'm just going to put, if they spray, they spray. I'm going to spray my tag just to get a little background color. Try this out with misters and metallic lusters, and just to have a little background color. Then I'm going to go over with a little gesso, which I know sounds weird, but I want to see if I can pull some of that color through, soak through the gesso. And so that's what I'm doing, just to have like a really hue of all these colors and that kind of thing, and have some fun with it. Ooh, that one's really purple. And yeah, so I'm just grabbing some colors that I like, and this is not mixed up very well. I don't want to spend tons of time mixing it up, so I'll have to wipe that one clean. But I want some color to come through my project here when I gesso it. So that's what I'm doing. So these are metallic lusters, and I have been having some trouble with them just totally. I'm going to put some gesso on the side here. Probably way too much, but that's okay. I don't want to pollute my jar, because I really want to get some of this color mixed in with it. So I'm not even, see how I'm doing that with my gesso. Just playing around with it. Gonna put I got a little brown happening there. Mixing up the colors way too much, but I just want to have a really neat background. And I'll just wipe my thingamajiggy, whatever this is, clean. Yeah, I want to have a little bit of an interesting background with quite the colors like this. So I thought I'd put some color behind it. And let's see here. There we go. And now I'm just going to dry that off, and we will have that done. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, this has got some color in it, and I'm just going to pick up what I have here and see if I can add. This is what would happen to your gesso if you grabbed it out of the jar. You would have very colorful gesso. Brain just went crash. Anyway, I'm going to do a second one too, because I don't know. I might just do two. I don't know. And I'm just going to wipe my... Anyway, so use up the gesso here. I thought, well, I'm going to do a second one. Might as well. I just added two colors this time and whatever was in my gesso. So that's pretty cool, I think. There's those ones. So this is like a purple hue to it, and the teal. And this one's actually really cool because it's got all those colors mixed in there, and I think it will turn out really cool. So these backgrounds here are going to end up being probably a layout or some sort. So I'll just keep that like that. So now I'm going to dry them up. I'm going to have 2 so I can do different flowers or whatever. With the leftover gesso that I had on the side and some of the color I picked up, I put some right there. So I got 2 actually kind of really cool tags going on. Now with my paper that I'm going to choose, I got to choose some paper here, and I'm just going to grab a handful of paper. And because I want to make some flowers and whatnot, things like that. So these flowers I don't want to use. I want to make my own flowers. And I think I got enough paper here. And there we go. I'm going to put this to the side. We're going to try to choose from some of the scraps here. And now I'm going to need to do some petals. And these are going to be really small, so it's going to be really weird. So let's see here. I don't know if I'm going to do a whole... I'll see if I can do a whole flower. This is kind of just a tester. Let's see, something like that. And I just want to tear everything. I want to have really rough edges. So I don't know if I could fit 2 flowers in here. I'm going to try to fit, I'd like to fit 3. You know me, like to fit 3. Let's see if I can split this one in half. If it's going to be too wonky. Well, now I'm going to have a flower kind of like that. And you see, this might be too small for what I want to do, but my space is really, I guess it depends on my space, right? So I got some purples here, and we're just gonna go with the flow and start layering it on. And I don't think I want to plan it. Of course, my decoupage is behind me. I don't want to like pile layers up and have a plan and have to take it apart and do it again. I want this to be a fun, easy process. So I'm going to work on my second one here as well at the same time and get a few flowers going. If my parrot goes, and I'm sorry, I know I get some messages on my videos that people don't like the background noise. For the summer, I prefer to be up here around my girls so I can hear them play instead of being way downstairs and feel like I'm not part of their lives during the, you know, while they're playing and stuff. In the wintertime, you know, it's a little, well, I don't know, it's a little, I don't know if it's different, but they're kind of doing more quiet things. So, but in the summertime, I like to hear them play in the pool and all that kind of stuff. I like to be close to them when they're out in the pool and out in the yard. So, that's my reasoning, and so if that's the way life is. So if it bothers you, I apologize, but I know I have had some people that bothered to have noises in the background, but that's just the way it goes for the McInnes family. So I love being around my girls. Anyway, so I'm going to start. Whoop. Okay, I'm going to stick this guy down. And then I'm going to kind of worry about the leaves. I don't know if I'll paint them in, like the leaves and the... They're going to be small, the leaves and the stem. I had to think of the name, the stem. So, I'm going to have to put glue on top because I'm going to have to make my next layer. Although I could have waited. Oh, there I go, laughing. Laughing my paper off. Can you guys see what's going on here? I have this quite, I'm hoping you can see it. I have a new little thing stand holding my... So I don't have legs here that I'm bumping. I'm just bumping my glue gun. So it's not the most perfect still, but it's better. So it's better. Alright. So here is my third flower. I'm going to go 3 flowers on each. My glue is so low. Low as she can go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my next row of, you know, petals. And up on the thing. And I'm going to try to keep the shape like that. And we'll see if it works. Try to keep the flower shape and see what comes of it. Well, this side's pretty, but the other side's kind of prettier. Let's see if I can get some of this in here. That's pretty. That's pretty. Okay, I'm going to go with some, it's really, look how empty this is. I should have got some more. I use it every day. It's such good stuff. It really is. I love my decoupage. Okay, so I'm going to use this pink music note paper for the next one here. And I'm really ripping it, trying to get small. It might be too small. I kind of envisioned this a little bit different, but what can you do? What can you do? Oh, look, a butterfly. I think that I should have... I feel like I want more layers. If it was a large piece, I could have been able to do more layers. Well, I'm not going to worry about how it's going over the edge. I was kind of worried about that, but I'm just going to stick it on. You know why? Because I can. We're going to try and make some paper collage flowers here, and we're not going to stress over it. Relax and craft. So this one's really fun here. My fingers are starting to get sticky. That's my yellow paper. Or it's kind of like a gold. Maybe I can use these for some of the stems. It depends on how I rip them. I don't need large stems. Let's see. I can even, if I rip them really long, I can rip them in half again. I'm trying to reach the bottom of my jar. Birdie, birdie. You hear my birdie? My birdie, birdie. Alright, so there's one stem. Oop, that might be a leaf. Right there. There's one stem coming. Coming along. Where's my scissors? Emma. Lost in action there. And there's my next one. Don't like that way it's going. I'll go the other way. Good. So I probably could add a little bit of watercolor. I think I'll add watercolor to it because that'll be more transparent and so fun. And I'm ripping it so I know that it don't get too fluffy of an edge. Trying to rip it that way. Now, we're going to go with this one right here. Gotta get more glue here. Fun stuff. You guys are not even seeing me do this. Fun stuff. I'm going to try to do limited, you know, well, I got paint over it and all that kind of stuff, but it'll be just, I think it'll be nice. It'll be nice. That one goes there perfectly. This one has quite a bit of ripped edge on it. Let's see if I could get that. Rip it in half. Have some right here. Oh, I'm ripping. It's ripping. And some right here. Of course, I'm going to have my bottom edges too for the third flower bottom piece. Now maybe I'll just scratch that leaf off. Maybe I'll do it like a book paper leaf. Don't know if I like that. Okay, that's for the third one. Piecing it together. It's taking a bit of time, huh? Considering you think, oh, we shouldn't take so long. It's just paper, blah, blah, blah. Ripping it up. Piecing it together like a puzzle a little bit here, right? So, there's my third one. I'm going to have to trim those up a little bit better. Let's see if we want to make some, we want to make some leaves. I want to make some leaves. Who wants to make some leaves? I'm actually probably going to go and make some leaves kind of like that. And try not to worry about too much. It's going to be a little rough around the edges, but hey. I think this one slid up a little bit. Okay. So I'm just trying to make some thin leaf shapes a little bit here. Pretty bird. My bird thinks he's a pretty bird. He is a pretty bird. And I'll just put another leaf up here somewhere, kind of coming upward. Whatever. No, I like it this way. Trying to figure out this one. We'll leave it like that. It's kind of more like blades of grass than leaves, but we can make it whatever we want. Alright, I think that, oh, where did I put that nice shape that I wanted right here? Stuck to my fingers and fell off. I think this is cute. And I think that's all I'm going to do. Oh, blue, why not? I want to add a little blue maybe in the, up here. We can do that and get away with it. There we go. Can even add a little red here. A little orange, whatever. I'm just using up the colors now that I have in there. We're trying to make them blend in a bit. Orange and green make brown. Just saying. But yeah, so that's just the fun of it there. Just a few layers. I could add like a layers with my watercolor, and that's about it for that. So, a little close up, nothing too fancy schmancy, but that's it. Now we got to do some Posca pen over it, or some pen or gel or whatever, and kind of play with it. And I think that'll be fun. You guys see that? It's quite like messy and, you know, childlike, but it's whimsical, and not everything has to be. There's different types of art, and I love it. So I'm truly enjoying this. So not everything has to be a once realistically type of something that, you know. Let's see here. I'll grab my Poscas now. I'm having some trouble with some of these guys. I'm going to dry these off and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm getting really low on some color in my Posca, so that's my problem with that. I'm just going to start making some kind of shapes here. Follow my shape on the paper, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my little center and then follow my shapes in my paper, maybe make it more leafy, whatever. This one I just went around, but yeah, let's make it more petally. That's it. Petally. And of course the dogs have to bark right when I put the video on. But that's what I'm doing. Whimsical type of thing. So it doesn't have to be exact. It just has to be fun. Fun. And that's what I wanted to do. Just to use up some scraps. Now these were going to be great for like when you send mail, swaps, little extras, whatever. And I think they'll be fun. There we go. See how I'm just kind of like, this one kind of went wonky, but hey, it's okay. That one I went a little wild with it. I think I was just like, oh, for the dogs, not really putting my mind to it. And now I'm like, oh yeah, working here, working it. There we go. And let's see. This Posca's on its last little leg. Oh, there, I got lots of ink there now. But that is that. So what I think I'm going to do is put a few little things up here like this. You know, I don't know, just add little fun details. Trying to figure out what kind of pattern I like here, and I'm, messing around with it. Maybe messing it up, but whatever. It's all fun. Do my edges. I'll probably ink my edges. I don't like to really sometimes go on where I created, like the patterns or whatever. I like to do that lots, where I'm just kind of going on my edges like around like this. And then I'll skip where my petals are, that kind of thing. So I think I discovered that I want to go like this and have just a few. Still, no, didn't even figure that pattern out that I like, but something like that, little knotted, funny things in the background. There we go. That's just whimsical. Gonna dry that up, add a little bit of Posca white Posca on it, but I don't want to smudge it in with the original rope that was on there. Sometimes I change them up, but I think this time I'll just put them back on. If I had tons that I want to get rid of, I would put tons on. But I think that's cute. And there's my next one. So, pretty bird. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun little process. Easy peasy. Don't forget to craft like a duck. Bye.